Hi everybody, the Honish Report. My name is Lee Honish. Today, data mining, farming, all of that. This is an excerpt from one of my coaching calls today from the actual Monster Marketing System coaching group that I did. I thought the information was that valuable that I would pass it along to the rest of you. So we look at the food chain, the way it's designed and where Monster actually fits into that. But the Monster, as well as any marketing or advertising, actually revolves around how good the data is that you use. Your search patterns, what you're looking for, those that are actually needing to sell and those that just want to sell. There's a huge difference. I think those of you that work expireds, cancels, probate, divorce, FSBO, which is all publicly obtainable information, are in the category of realtors working and competing with a lot of other realtors for the same information. So I go into greater detail of what I think is a better data search. We talk about data search engines, setting up a farm, homeowner diversity, how to create a better environment for you to succeed. It's about a 15-minute, 20-minute training cut right out of a Monster coaching group. So you can go sign up. Hey, type in thelistingmonster.com, find out more about the Monster, or just go to honish.com. And on the front page, you'll see one of my last webinars posted, and you can find out how the Monster works. Listen to this following commercial. On the other side, I'll be right back with me from my coaching group. We've actually got, as a note, we've got some interviews lined up for you, people that I've met at CAR. We're trying to line those up right now, and we'll have those for you over the next couple of weeks. I should be going to NAR in a couple of weeks, and I'll be able to get some more interviews from there. People that shape marketing, shape the market, and that are beneficial to all of you. I appreciate all of you for listening. Remember to sign up on iTunes or SoundCloud or Spreaker or Stitcher or iHeartRadio or whatever you use to listen to this show so that you can get the latest episode. We generally put out new shows every Wednesday. I occasionally put out some bonus content. This week there might even be a bonus content coming out this weekend. I think there's some changes to the current real estate market that need to be addressed, so I'll probably record that show on Friday or Saturday and put it out so you have something to listen to while you're out working your open houses this weekend. Again, sign up so you get all the new shows. I appreciate all of you listening. After this commercial for the Monster, and the question I ask you guys every week, do you monster? I will talk about data mining and farming. Thanks.
Are you a real estate agent, realtor, investor, or are you in the real estate business and you need new listings and deals? We have a solution for you, and that solution has guaranteed results. How much would you pay to get face-to-face with a homeowner that wants to sell their home? What if you also got their email address and daytime phone number? And what if this homeowner also scheduled you to come to their door at a set time to meet with you? Sound too good to be true? It isn't. And it is 100% guaranteed for you to meet face-to-face with a real homeowner who really needs to sell their home. Not only will you get this remarkable contact system and its 100% guarantee, at no additional charge, you will get weekly coaching, documents, and training on how to get that homeowner and convert them into a new listing. When you purchase, you'll also get a one-on-one walkthrough so that you can start using the system today. Visit www.thelistingmonster.com. That's www.thelistingmonster.com. Or call Diana Ortiz at 213-706-0040. Stop wasting time the old way. Use a Monster and get actual results today.
Welcome to the Honish Report, hosted by Lee Honish. The Honish Report is a look at the real estate market and creating effective marketing plans for realtors or investors to get new listings and deals. Your host, Lee Honish, has over 20 years of experience in real estate, banking, and marketing. Over the last 6 years, Lee has developed cutting-edge marketing and was named one of the most innovative marketers in America. With over 1 million views, Lee continues to be an advocate for the entire real estate community. Enjoy today's show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome So we're going to talk about data and farming today. That is your training, and then we'll incorporate that back into the monster, and we'll take it all sort of step by step. Some of you, this might be a review. For some of you, it might be a swift kick in the ass. But the reality of getting a listing, right? The reality of getting a listing, there are working parts and pieces. The monster inserts and answers a lot of those questions. But to get to a listing, the very first spot is data, right? So it depends on the quality of the data. It matters on the diversity of the data. It depends on targeting specifically people with one message. We have targeted repeatedly within the coaching group to use very specific notice of sale or auction date, notice of default, less pendants, or those that are 30, 60, 90 days delinquent. There is a reason we specifically work that. It's because it limits, right? The reason I like it is it reduces the number of agents you have to compete with. That is the number one thing that I like about it. I specifically prefer to target notice of sale and auction. I believe they happen in every city. I can tell you this from doing lots of webinars lately, because I've been doing a bunch of brand new webinars, that everywhere that I've done in the country has delinquency data. Okay, there are people in every single market where there's a sale or an auction date, where there's a less pendants, where there's a notice of default, where there's 30, 60, 90 days delinquent. I mean, that's just the reality. I don't care if you work expireds, cancels, probates, or divorce, but the very simplistic point of view is this. Whatever you target, right? And I know a lot of you want to diversify away from notice of sale or auction, and you want to diversify into expireds, canceled, probate, divorce, FSBO, et cetera, because we have the packages for them. We have the scripts for them. That's great. You haven't really mastered notice of sale and auction, which are the lowest hanging fruit on the tree. So before you consider going up into the tree and competing with everybody else for, what the prize is, which is in the world of real estate, that's an expired listing. Focus on one thing, do it very well, get comfortable with the process. Because in the real world, most people have to do marketing, right? They have to do door knocking, cold calling, mailers, leaflets, targeted marketing on some level, right? And I know people ask me the difference between advertising and marketing constantly. Advertising per se is not knowing a specific group that I'm targeting to. Marketing is directly targeting my message at a specific data type. Agents that know what they're doing know how to target specifically to expired and give them an expired message or notice of sale and a notice auction, FSBO, etc., right? But all of them are waiting for a response. So now they've got a pivot point where they've actually got to wait, take a phone call, pivot off the response, and somehow magically turn that into the face-to-face appointment. That's a lot of working parts just to get a listing. Now, if that doesn't work out, they should be doing some kind of follow-up sequence, and that generates a listing. We live in a different world. We take our data and we immediately move into the monster marketing system and replace the actual marketing element and the response element. We've knocked out two of the toughest parts of getting a listing, right? The monster marketing system actually guarantees that you're going to get face-to-face, right? By creating the delivery system of putting you with your message, you are generating a face-to-face result. And that's the brilliance of how the program varies. But it starts with data. If you look specifically on the screen and you listen to exactly what I'm saying, the key is the data. It is in creating your farm. And the number one thing that I see with coaching students, with people that I meet at CAR and NAR, wherever that I'm going, right? The number one thing is everybody wants to work in one specific, very closed area. And that's crazy. I'll give you an example. We'll do a simple data search, right? For those of you who don't know, on your landing page at Honish.club is the step-by-step. And of course, the very first step of the monster is data, right? That's why Diana spends the time on it. It's why I'm harping on it again right now. You need to diversify your areas. You need to increase your areas. You need to give yourself the best chance to win and get a listing. I don't care who you use as a data provider. Personally, I think you should just give them my list of recommendations and give it to your title rep and get it from them. But I'm in California, and I don't know what states you guys are in. It is a RESPA violation for those of you that are realtors to get title info, basically public information for free. So you've got to use the RedX, Revo Gateway, for Property Radar, Realty Track, all of those, right? But here's what happens. Okay, this is the inevitable, let me give you an example moment. You need 36 properties to get a minimum of 3 face-to-face appointments with the Monster system. That's the way the guarantee works. That's the way the system works. You'll probably get more than that. I'm just explaining it from the point of view of diversify. What do I mean? All right, let's start with a very simple search of a very typical area that I get asked about all the time. And trust me, this is why we don't have more real estate agents out on the west side. I'm using Realty Track's mega system because it lets me search for free, and visually it looks really good when I'm doing this for video. So LA County, number one question, does it work in Beverly Hills? Yeah, it works in Beverly Hills, right? The search criteria is exactly the same, okay? I want people who have just an auction or a sale date, right? I'm inputting all that data, and our criteria never changes. If you guys have never heard it or you've forgotten it or whatever, write it down. Owner occupied, yes, it must be owner occupied. Can't be vacant? No. Add, include. Moved? No. Add, include. Bankruptcy? No. Add, include. Okay? Simple. Depending on which system you use, there are a few variations, and then you just hit calculate on the mega system, and it will produce the number of people who have a sale or an auction date in just Beverly Hills. 9 people. 9 people. I find it hard to believe that in all of Beverly Hills there's only 9 people, but the reality is it's a different clientele. So why do I harp on the concept of a farm? Beverly Hills is great. It's a fantastic city to work. But if I change it and now I add something like Culver City now, right? Or Los Angeles, or that area, right? Beverly Hills. I can also include Culver City. That'll give me some diversity. I'll add Santa Monica. Any of those, right? Actually, I think Culver City will be enough. It's a diverse enough area to make it work. Then hit the calculate button. Have I increased it? Over here on the right, in the red, let's see what it comes up with. 16. Got to keep going. Unless I want to include notice of default or notice, unless I want to include notice of defaults, but I don't. I want to specifically work this one data type, right? And I'm keeping everything on the higher end. For those of you who don't know, or if you're listening to this as a rebroadcast, I'm keeping this towards the high end of LA County because that's the knock, right? Nobody wants to go into LA. They want to work Beverly Hills. They want to work Culver City. They want to work Santa Monica. Great. That's fine, but give yourself a chance. I mean, certainly. Beverly Hills, you can come back. You could work. Hollywood wouldn't be bad. That would probably clean it up for you a lot. I'll probably remove this. Beverly Hills and Hollywood should be perfect. Hit the calculate button. And that gives us a total count. So I'm just doing 9. How's that possible? Nobody in Hollywood has an auction date? Hard to believe.